like the last time. Is it
There
on?
we go, yeah.
Okay.
We're moving and grooving.
Hi guys, I'll be right there.
Isabella's going to join me in the chair really soon. She's going to be right next to me. Oh, thanks for joining us, you guys.
At the timeline. All right.
She's trying to make sure it's live on your page. Did you get it?
Yep.
All right, awesome.
All right.
Yay.
Yoo-hoo.
Here she comes. Here she comes.
I'm here.
Yay.
Hi.
All right.
Hi guys, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Year of the dog, where abundance multiplies 7 times for every person on the planet. So I heard.
I'll claim that. I would love for every person on the planet to have 7 times more abundance than they have now. That would be great.
Sweet. And this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about all of the beliefs that are linked to abundance, to money as a form of abundance, and what else?
Well, especially for light workers, especially for those who exchange currency or money for their spiritual gifts and for their spiritual wisdom and knowledge. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of beliefs about that, a lot of judgments about that, and so we would like to clear some of those things up.
Right, and why do we want to do that? Is because we guys are in the new earth energy. We are moving away from all of the old beliefs, old school paradigm, old school anger about
Thanks,
stuff.
Cynthia. Cynthia's given us lots of love. Thank you.
balancing the gifts with balancing the flow, because basically when you give out one way, that you create a negative flow, because when you're not receiving but only giving out, you're creating a negative flow. So we want to create perfect alignment within the flow, within the belief system, for the new earth and the new humans to receive their abundance and to thrive. Yes. Because humans were made to thrive. That joy is the most natural state of being for us.
Absolutely. One of the things that people will say is, well, abundance is not just about money.
Right.
Yes, we are aware of this.
Yeah.
We want to talk about money as well as other forms of abundance.
Of course.
We receive in exchange for what we give.
Yeah, and talking about a little bit more about the old set of beliefs, right? Okay. People very much are still looking at old school events that did take place indeed. Jesus walked the earth and healed people for free. We have Mother Teresa, we have Dalai Lama, right? Mm-hmm. What is common?
We have these figures that we're often compared to.
Right.
Well, look what Jesus did for free, and look what this person did for free.
Right. That if you're a spiritual teacher or healer, that you're supposed to be like these figures.
Right.
But how many of these figures were there in the past, first of all? Right, there was Buddha, there was Jesus, there were a handful. Right now, if every light worker, well, what's common between these figures? Mother Teresa, did she live in the monastery?
I don't know my history very well, so
I think so. I think she is a nun. Yeah. Same with the Dalai Lama. He lives in the monastery. Right, all expenses paid.
Right. Yes.
Jesus.
I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
If you remember. He worked for a living until he discovered his gifts, and then he started giving his gifts in for free, but he lived with his mother. Right? So he didn't have to pay rent or
I love my mother, but I don't want to live with her.
Right. Or for gas, for car, for food. And it was because there was just one figure. Yeah. People responded probably better to this type of figure, and people would give food and sustenance to these people, and they were really focused on just that. Imagine now,
it was a very different lifestyle.
Right. Imagine now,
and there's nothing wrong with that lifestyle. If that's what you want to choose, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it.
But imagine now, if we have now hundreds of thousands of light workers.
Yeah.
There's not enough room in monasteries. No one wants to go become a nun anymore. We have to live in the world.
A little bit old paradigm. I'm glad you said that. We have to live in the world.
Right.
First of all, we don't have to. That's always our choice. Yeah. Right. However, there is something about making the choice to navigate and live within the 5D systems, bringing our light in, that is very powerful.
Right.
And in order to do that, we have to work with the systems that are currently present. Well, what's one of the systems currently present? The money system.
Brilliant, because that's exactly what I was just thinking too. If I would love to just give up everything and just give my gifts and be able to just sit there.
Think about money as part of the equation.
Sit there and do the work. Which, by the way, we do a lot of free work.
We do a ton of free work.
First of all, between sessions, we charge for sessions, but between sessions, the amount of questions that we answer between sessions, the amount of mini coachings or mini alignments or adjustments or help for friends and people who reach out, that's a constant state of being. But
I want to talk about this too. Yeah, go ahead.
But in between, we have to eat. We have to have a place to live. Yeah. Unfortunately, in this reality, it costs money. If I go and take a job back at the bank in the financial services industry like I worked before, or at a store for $8 an hour, I'm going to be exhausted, and I'm not going to have the life energy
to do the work that we do.
The work that we do. When I do the sessions,
it loses its potency. If we take on part-time jobs and do all that, it loses its potency.
Right, because you don't have the energy or ability to focus and really give all of yourself to the people, because you have to be slaving or working hard for whatever your bills and stuff. So it doesn't make sense. It becomes a part-time occupation.
Yeah.
If you chose I'm sorry, I'm so passionate right
now. I am too. I'm like, I want to talk too.
If you chose to be a light worker and a spiritual teacher, healer, whatever you do, counseling, coaching, energy, whatever you do, if you chose that as your main focus in life, that might as well be your occupation. And in this system, like Susie said, we need support. We need finances. We need money to live. I don't live with my mother.
I don't have a right to pay my bills or something.
Right,
exactly. What I've chosen as my occupation. It's kind of funny, but
so this is a new paradigm.
This is something that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, and something that's really important, because it is what enables us to do our work in this way, and that's all the inner work that we've done on ourselves.
Oh God, yeah.
In the very beginning of my journey, I remember saying to my mentor, man, I wish I could get paid to do this, because it was a full-time occupation, the inner work that I was doing on myself. It took up all my time, all my energy. While I was running a business, it was everything. Yeah. And it still is. My inner work is still a full-time occupation.
Isn't it 50-50? 50% we give to the people, and then 50% we work on ourselves.
Well, that's what I'm working towards.
Right.
I'm a little unbalanced still with it. I haven't gotten the balance. I'm just being honest with you guys. I haven't gotten the balance yet. But that inner work that we do on ourselves is what enables us then to lead with integrity, to give with integrity, to do the sessions, to do all the things that we do in terms of our spiritual gifts. If we don't have that inner work as our foundation.
And for that, you need time.
You need time.
This is why I work 3 times a week. 3 days a week I work. 1 day I recover from work. And another 3 days I devote to my own personal journey.
Beautiful.
The meditations, the deep cleansing, the processing, emotional processing, all the inner work, everything. Because as I progress in my journey, I can share more with others. If I was at the store, the cashier, like checking people out for $10 an hour, I would have no time, no energy, no availability to do that, to basically pave the way. I'm a way shower. So I'm paving the way through my own self, assisting others to get there too. Yeah. So I'm using myself as a guinea pig. This is my mission, my purpose, and I need food. I need money for life.
Yeah, of course.
When you're hungry, and I lived hungry for first 3 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I did for first 3 years. I did a lot of work for people for nothing, either for nothing or for $20 a session. But then when it turned for me to turn to them and say, hey, you know what, I don't have enough to even get food, all of these people mysteriously vanished.
Yeah. You know what, this is an important point. There is, and maybe this is my belief system, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but there is something to when you first start out, there's nothing wrong with giving some of your work for free, so that you can get the experience, so that you can get the grounding within your work. You know, I don't do nearly as much for free as I used to, but I still do a ton for free.
Right.
But when you're first starting out, that's not a bad idea. Also, to your point about, you know, working at the grocery store, if that's you, if you're working at the grocery store making $8 or $10 an hour, there's nothing wrong with that. That can be part of your spiritual journey. That can be part of your inner work. So I don't discount that if that's what someone chooses to do with their time.
Right.
You know, for me, that would not be conducive to how I serve people. For you, what I hear you saying is that would not be conducive for how you serve people.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that out there in case you are someone who's in that position and you've chosen to do that. There's nothing wrong with that if that's part of what you want to do. If that's not what you want to do, though, then that's where we need to shift some things. But
and it's kind of decided by our own inner soul agreements.
Yes.
Because I know that if I now took a regular job to support myself and simultaneously would try to do sessions, not only I would be totally exhausted, but I also would be totally miserable because that's a waste of my time. I didn't come here. I wasn't born on this planet. I didn't incarnate as a starseed on this planet to work at a grocery store. I didn't. I wasn't born.
That's not part of your soul mission.
Right. Yeah. I didn't come to Earth to work in financial services industry like I did before. You know, although when I did that as my part-time occupation, I was also inspiring people, and I was called the muse, and I would always coach people. People always came to me for support and advice. I did that naturally. That's when you know that you have a gift that you have to offer the world, and why not step into the new paradigm when we are supported and paid for, offering our gifts.
Yeah.
I have another point, but go ahead. I'm so excited here.
Well, why don't you finish yours, because I'm going to change the topic a little bit.
Okay. Before we change the topic, I saw comments somewhere before, and I remembered that how can these people charge for God's gifts?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well, let's take a look at that. Someone who plays music, is that a spark of God in him or in her? Someone who is a talented actor. Someone who is talented at anything. Isn't that a God's gift too?
Absolutely.
That's everything that we carry and bring forth. Yeah. That is the spark of the spirit in you is God's gift. Yeah. Some people are just catered towards helping others.
And it doesn't matter if it's financial services, like you said, if you're in that industry, you still have a spark of God's gift.
I'm not going anywhere near financial services.
If you're a plumber, if you're, you know what I'm saying? Anyone can have the spark of God's gift within them and exchange money. It's just this weird thing that happens when it's a spiritual service that we provide.
Right.
All of a sudden then something shifts in the hearts and minds of people. And it has a lot to do with the trauma that we've experienced in other lifetimes and parallel realities.
The inner alignment of your own self with what your soul came here to do makes you happy. When you find that alignment and you become what you came here to do, what you came here to be, and you also receive sustenance for that. Yeah. You are in a space where you don't have to work another day in your life because you're just being paid for who you are. Doesn't that feel amazing?
Yes. Okay, let's take a moment, everyone. Breathe into that. Say that again. When you get paid for being who you are.
You are just being paid for being who you are.
Take a breath. Take a breath, you guys. Yeah. How does it feel? How does it feel to be paid for who you are?
Perfect alignment in spirit, mind, body, and environment. And you give it to yourself, because transitioning out of old paradigm where, you have to have a job and then on the side you can coach some people, and be all like that good good, super self-righteous person, you know, that going like, oh, I'm so proud of myself that I'm giving all this work for free. Well, yeah, but you have to support yourself somehow. But when you put all that in one package, you wake up every day happy, satisfied, balanced, with the roof over your head, with nice food in your fridge, with the car to drive if you're driving. And in that case, your stress about environment and survival is over.
Yeah, instead of being in survival mode, you're thriving. Everyone deserves to be thriving on this planet. Everyone.
Right. And if your gift happens to be that you're able to open your vessel and receive the information from higher realms, then so it is. And we well deserve to receive financial compensation for doing that for people, because you could just be sitting there doing that for yourself. You can just be sitting there enjoying your focus on your own journey, but you take your focus off of your own journey and you offer your life energy, your focus, your intention, your time to the clients or the people who need your support. The ones who don't need your support, they won't be there. If they're there, they need your support and you need theirs, because
it's an exchange.
Yes, it's an evil exchange. There's
I
nothing
was just
wrong
saying
with
to
that.
Max the other day, like, there's no reason that I need to expand in my life. Like, I'm comfortable. I have organic food in my fridge. I have a car that works great. I have a roof over my head. You know, it's a simple life, but it works for me.
I like that too.
But that's not why I'm here on this planet. I'm not here to just be comfortable. I'm here to serve more people. I'm here to help more. I'm here to, you know, whatever I can do to create heaven on earth here. That's why I'm here. And in order to do that, I have to work with the systems that we have in place right now.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you guys, I have gotten to a place where I've done all I can working in another paradigm without so much money. You know, I've done incredible things without money. I look back on the past 13 years of my business and I'm like, wow, I don't even know how I did all of that with the resources I had. Like, it doesn't make sense. But it's because I was supported. It's because I was committed. And it's because I'm always willing to grow. And the next step in my growth personally is to receive more money, is to have more abundance, more wealth, so that I can share more, so that I can serve more, so that I can reach more people. I mean, it's all about that. It's not so that I can, you know,
buy another
have a
fancy
helicopter
car
or whatever,
or
you know. And if I chose to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's a lot of judgment that we need to release. So, money was talking with me recently and really wanting to connect with the love aspect of money. So I've heard a lot of people say, you know, money is neutral, money is the root of all evil, money, there's a lot of things that people say about money, right? This particular aspect of money wants us light workers to connect with it. The love aspect of money. Have you ever thought about money in those terms? Like, you know, we live in a polarity universe, so everything has polarity. Much of what we've been connected to is the evil of money, or the patterning and programming, the negativity of money. But money also has this whole other side.
Right.
This beautiful, loving aspect. And if we can amplify that and expand that as we light workers connect with that, can you imagine what would happen on this planet?
Yeah, because you can, I myself, when I receive more than I need, and I'm not saying that everyone needs to do that. I'm just doing what I'm comfortable with, right? Mm-hmm. So when I look at my income and I see, oh my God, you know, I have a little extra. I donate that. I give that to people who need it more. Yeah. I need it to those who are in a place where I was 2 years ago. Right. You know, someone who needs food. And it's a friend and I know they're suffering, and I will give them what I got extra instead of, you know, I don't know, go buying myself another pair of earrings or something. So you know, I would give that. I would donate that. I look like online and I see the people, a lot of teachers, a lot of people that are just starting, you know, they need support. If everyone sends them $50, $100, even $20, it's support. I didn't get that when I was starting. Every time I reached out to the same people, by the way, and I'm not holding a grudge, but I want to mention that, right? When I did the healing work for people, and I'll reach out and say, hey, you know what? I don't have enough for the next week of food. oh, I'm sorry, we can't help you. So I don't want to be that person, and I want to be the person who wants to give. So when I see that I have a little cushion there, then I would give that cushion away to the people who I know are building their path in the spiritual world, in the world of light workers, or someone who straight out needed, you know. So you can, and by that, you're giving a part of your heart to the people.
Lisa. Thank you for doing that.
This is true. I just did that last night.
Yeah.
You know, and actually after this, I'm going to bring some cash to the person who needs more, because I just got paid really nicely for the next few weeks of work, and I'm actually carrying some cash to the person who needs it more than I do, because I see that, okay, my rent is paid, my food is paid, I can now share a little bit. And so this is given from your heart for someone who really, really needs it.
I love it. I also, one of my things this past year, well, let me back up. There was a time where I tithed to myself because I was like, had very, very little. And I grew up with tithing, and I knew how important that flow was, but I was like, I don't have enough to give to somebody else. I need healthy food. Like I need to give it to myself. And so I tithed to myself. And then this past year, I really made a conscious decision and an effort to, even if I felt like I didn't have it, to give anyway.
Yeah.
So like tithing to my mentor, tithing to I like the Sedona Area Homeless Alliance here. I like to give to them. Just stuff like that.
I've done that too. I would carry my food.
It's an important practice when you feel like you don't have enough, like if you're feeling in lack, to give anyway. Even if it's $1, just to have that flow going. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
I did that too for the homeless bank here, food bank in Sedona.
Yeah.
I would go through I was literally on food stamps for what, a year, I think, a couple of years ago. Thank God, it's already a couple of years ago, right? Yeah. So, but there was a time when I was trying to do this thing, you know, the old school thing, or you give and the flow will come, or you give your services for free, and then people will take care of you. Yeah, I don't know, you know.
Oh, let's talk about that, because that's out there, and it works for some people and not for others. What's that about? Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, I tell you this, it had very much, because everything is a reflection of our own state of being. Mm-hmm. Okay. So as long as I had that inability to receive straight out, you know, and the guilt for charging based on old school beliefs. Oh my God, I'm a spiritual, whatever, healer, teacher, practitioner, and I'm trying to charge people. Oh, you know, so while I had the guilt trip in me, and I had an ability to receive within my own self, and I had saw more value in others' well-being than in my own well-being, which never works, by the way, because your own well-being determines how much you can give.
So are you saying, so someone here says it didn't work for them. Are you saying that it doesn't work for people when they are in a state of not honoring themselves?
Yeah. When I looking back now, you know, where I'm at right now and where I was when I was on food stamps and no one would even help me. And I was working like crazy, and I did not, you know, get that flow. Mm-hmm. I didn't get the flow because I wasn't open to get the flow. Okay. I didn't get my own flow because I was guilt tripping, overcharging people because, oh my God, like I said, I'm a spiritual, like based on the old school of beliefs. It's very much linked to your own inner state of being. When you move past the state of being, of not being able to value your own self, value your own well-being, and receive for it without the sense of guilt, that's the space that needs to be healed. I have moved past that space. And so now I no longer see the angry messages. I used to get them a lot, you know. I no longer see the angry messages. I no longer see people questioning, oh, how come you charging for this? I actually see people pay me before they even talk to me, you know, which blows my mind. I wake up and they already paid me. Like, what?
So And I've received these myself. You know, my heart's going to turn black if I receive money for what I do.
Oh my God,
you know, like,
seriously, see?
I have to unfriend you from Facebook because you charge money for what you do, and I don't believe that's right. You know, that kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
So are you saying that when I receive those messages, I'm not in a state of honoring myself, I'm not in a state of allowing myself to receive my value, you know, in exchange for my value and worth?
Well, I believe, like I said, I believe that everything is a reflection of the inner state. We attract...
Same, I'm with you on that.
What matches...
Yeah.
There's something in there still
okay.
that matches the guilt trip, or matches the system of beliefs, or matches the frequency, even if it's old and outdated, but it's still like hidden somewhere in there that... It's still, you're still matching that somewhere. That's why you're seeing
so
this.
It's a mirror.
Yeah.
So, and I share that for myself because I know I'm not alone in that, and I want you guys to know that you're not alone in that. If you are experiencing that as well, if people are asking you for free sessions, if people are saying your heart's going to turn black if you receive money for your spiritual gifts,
seriously,
literally, it was a little email that I received. I'm just saying. So, I know it's like, what? And but when I receive those messages, you know, sometimes they trigger me, sometimes they don't. But the ones that do, then I know I have something to look at within myself. And the most recent one really had me go deep and was so powerful for me. Like, this person served me. They have no idea how they served me. Because it helped me clear so much crap.
See, you answering
so much programming.
You answering your own question right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a person reach out to me and say, hey, give me my money back because you promised that I was going to upgrade or like have a change in my life, and it didn't happen. I said, hey, you know what? I didn't charge you for your journey. I charged you for my time focusing on your journey. That's what we charge for. We don't charge for your development.
We don't take responsibility for your work. Yeah, you're responsible for your own work.
Right. Your soul alignment is responsible for what happens to you. Your focus, your intention, your own.
The energy you put into it.
Right. We give the tools. We open up our vessels to receive information for you where you are not unable to receive the information yourself. When you are able to receive it.
It's my sister.
When you're able to receive the information yourself, you don't need us.
Yeah.
That's it. So then you don't have to, we don't have to focus on you. We're basically, people who come to us for sessions, they're paying for our time, our focus, us taking our life force and giving it to you or sharing it with you, us pulling the energy information from the source and sharing it with you because you yourself still have not learned how to do it yourself. This is what this service is all about.
When people pay me, they're paying me to empower them.
Yes, exactly. Me too.
If I'm not teaching you how to empower yourself, then I'm not doing my job.
Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what I do too.
This is where some of the convolution comes in, I believe, because there are a lot of spiritual teachers and such out there who are just doing their thing and not truly empowering people.
Who say, hey, you know, I'm gonna do the healing for you. No, that doesn't work.
That's not how it works. So in that case, people, you know, be discerning, because in that case, that isn't what we're trying to do here. That's not how it works for your soul evolution.
We literally are here to offer you the tools and the information that you might not, and support in my case, because I coach also, right? So I give you support. If you take a few sessions with me in a row, like one of my packages, then week after week, I'm going to be there at the end of the week saying, hey, what did you do this week?
Hey.
Did you follow what we shared? Did you follow up on these things that you wanted, that you paid me for? And I tell you something else. People don't value free stuff. Unfortunately, in this reality, people don't value free stuff.
I just canceled my $5 subscription membership site on my site because people weren't getting anything out of it.
I literally...
And it was like not... The exchange and the energy wasn't there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm getting rid of this.
I heard people say to me, hey, I heard people say to me this. Oh, I've been reading online, I've been listening online, I've taken sessions with people, but I'm paying so much for this that right now I really have to focus because I don't want to waste my money. So that becomes like a motivation for them.
The more you invest financially in yourself, the more you're motivated to do the work to get the result.
Unfortunately, that is old school.
It is old school
state of being, but it's still here.
It's still relevant.
It's still relevant. Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're creating a new template.
Yeah.
I know Isa and I aren't the only ones doing this, but I want to talk about it.
Right.
We're creating a new template for light workers to receive money in exchange for their spiritual gifts.
Right.
That is of integrity.
Right.
Because unfortunately, there are those people in high spiritual leadership positions that have taken advantage of people, and it's given everyone else a bad name. And so I'm personally here to flip that script.
Yes, but if the people are attracted to these kind of situations, they need to look at their own state of being and see what's bringing them there. Yeah. Because if they went there and then they experienced in the state of a victim that they were being taken advantage of, or there was some sort of injustice that took place, they need to look at their own victim mentality. What happened? What brought them to that teacher or to that person that charged them all that?
Always have to take personal responsibility. Always.
Yeah. And it's all a matter of discernment. The ones who are attracted to you for work, they are attracted just to you because there is an energy match. The ones that are attracted to me for work, they're attracted just to me because there is an energy match. Yeah. I know that me and our team, the Team Light, we all do sessions, but we very rarely overlap with people. You know, we all have our own stream of people who follow us or who want this personalized, focused attention work. And that's what they pay for. And we are literally here to give personalized support to each and every one, instead of, going hiking or enjoying ourselves or whatever. It's a job. And if it's a job and we give that focus, we give that time, we give that attention, we give you tools and support and assistance in your path, we're receiving from you what gives support to our path in financial, and it's the same.
It's a continual,
it's a flow.
It's a continual flow, and it's like you pay me for something that I'm doing that enables me to put healthy food in my body, which then enables me to have the energy and stamina to give to somebody else, and it just keeps going.
And if you take that idea that so when you purchase anything, on some level, somewhere, you're supporting people who have jobs.
Absolutely.
Making that.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite things to do with the money that I get is go to the farmer's market on Sunday.
Oh, I love that.
Go to the farmer's market, support my local farmers. Like, I'm in such a state of abundance when I go to the farmer's market. Right. And just like, I'll pay $3 for a head of lettuce that I could get at the store for $1. It's just, I love supporting the farmers that way. Yeah. And that's also part of this whole equation too, like to be in integrity with how you use your money that you receive, and to use it in a way that feels uplifting to you, and to spend it on things that bring joy to your heart. And there's so much we could talk about here. I did make a list because I want to make sure I cover
because otherwise we'll be here for 3 hours.
We'll be here for 3 hours. We could be, because it's so important. Okay, so a lot of people talk about the money system, exiting the money system, how they want to get out of the money system. For some people, it's escapism. For some people, it's because they're fully integrated with money and they're ready to move on to the next level. So if you're someone who wants to exit the money system, you don't want to be part of it anymore, that's totally fine. But first, look in and check within yourself to make sure that it's not a form of escapism. Like you haven't figured out how to make money yet, and so you just want to be done with it completely. That's a form of spiritual bypass. That's a form of escapism.
That's a great point. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. I'm really passionate about this because this is really important, because ultimately that's where we all want to move as a collective, to a system of exchange, to a system of, equality for everyone, right? Yeah. In order to do that, what we must do first, we must integrate money, heal our relationship with money, be integrated with money, and we must also be integrated with our gifts and skills.
And
so if right now the money system disappeared, do you know what you would do to contribute to society?
Yeah. Do you know where your gifts are that have value, that you have to see value in your gifts so that others will do too? This is where it starts. It's not that, oh, others will see it first and then I would find value. You have to see the value of what you have to offer first, and you have to be open to receive for it. Because even if the money goes away and you are not able to receive and see no value in what you're offering, you're going to be in the same boat exactly. Except without money. That's no fun at all. No fun at all.
Yeah. So when I say be integrated with money, what I mean by that is have no judgment, have no emotional charge about it. And I'm not integrated with money. Like, I'm still on that journey. I'm always honest, you guys. So I have zero charge. So you have a very healthy level
I have
of integration.
Zero interest.
That's beautiful.
Like, all right, comes in, comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. That's what I mean by being integrated. You receive it, you give it. It's like not an emotional charge. If you get $1,000, $100,000, it's like, it's money. It's here. I use it. Blah blah blah. That's integration.
100,000 would probably make me excited, for a moment. But then you start looking where you can give it.
Okay, so then there's some higher levels of integration to work with.
Well,
so that you can
maybe
receive 100,000.
But the whole thing for me is there's no longer any charge. There was the charge for sure about. First of all, I don't deserve to have money. There was that. I discovered that by accident through actually asking in the mirror. Like, where's the money? And I looked in the mirror and it said, no, you don't deserve. I had that feeling. I was like, mirror work, by the way, can help
integration.
You. Yeah. That was in the past.
So when you know you're worthy, when you know you're, you honor yourself, and you're worthy of receiving it, you value yourself, you value your worth, and it becomes a neutral kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's integration. If you're not at that point yet, how do you think you're going to transcend the money system and create a society where there is no money exchange? You have to be at that place. And I'm saying this to myself as well. We have to be at the place where we're integrated in that way. And
I said, it doesn't matter what system we have or don't have. It's what you're going to experience is a reflection of your own state of being. So if the state of being is not integrated, the state of being of abundance is not integrated, the state of being of sharing is not integrated, the state of being of flow is not integrated, and receiving and self-worth to take care of yourself, if that's not integrated, you're going to experience the same exact state without the money in a different system. The system would make no difference to you. It's not external. It's the internal state that determines what you experience from life. So good point there.
It's very awesome. It's very important because we do want to get to that place where we can be in a system of equal exchange with our gifts.
Where we can just be ourselves. Right now, we're still in the 3D, partially, like one foot in the 3D, going that we still have to get paid for being ourselves. Did that just freeze?
No, we're good.
We just have to get paid to be ourselves. Don't you like that?
Love
paid
it.
to be ourselves. Get paid to be ourselves.
Yeah.
Totally. I love that. Don't you love that? You just offering your gifts and you receive whatever you need to maintain your well-being.
Yeah.
Right? But then we're going to move into the system where we no longer get paid, but we actually receive a natural exchange for what? Being ourselves. What does it mean being yourself?
What does that mean to you?
What does it mean to you? What does it mean to be yourself? It means your journey is fully anchored into this physical reality.
And you're in alignment with your soul mission.
Right.
And you're in alignment with what your heart wants to express.
New human, new earth. New earth is now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so I just want to make a quick point. If you are someone who doesn't want to charge for your services, maybe you've already made a bunch of money and you've moved into spirituality and you have things to share and you don't want to charge, that's fine. The only thing is, if you don't want to charge for your services because you're scared, of how you'll be judged or what people think of you or something like that, that's not okay, because that's not an integrated state of being.
Or because you think of yourself, and that's an ego trip. Oh, I'm such a good person.
Yeah,
I'm not charging because I'm
point.
like, I'm walking on water here. You know what? That's an ego trip. I'm sorry. Let's just face that.
I don't see that one very often.
I saw that someone wrote something like, I can believe these people charging. I would never charge. I'll be like Jesus. Sure, you want to be like Jesus? Go back in time and live in that old paradigm. But it's a self-righteous ego trip.
Yeah.
Forgive me, this is like straightforward, right there.
Oh,
we live in a system where we need support, and one hand supports another hand. We're here to assist everyone to move into the new state of being, and you're here to assist us have the time, availability, and energy and sustenance so that we can do that work. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Isabella, thank you for joining me today.
It was my pleasure.
I'm going to end with a money blessing that Max wrote.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
let's do that.
It's really, really powerful. So if you want to find more about Isabella, you can go to IsabellaGreene.com.
IsabellaGreene.com for sessions and whatever if you're interested in my work, information is on IsabellaGreene.com. I also do weekly videos on my YouTube channel, Isabella Greene. It's very simple, Isabella Greene, right?
and also Isabella Greene.
And also, I changed that. It was Talk to Isa, and no one could find it, so now I changed it to Isabella Greene.
Smart move.
Yeah, and also I post some of the videos at least once a week on my Facebook page. So guys, tune in if you like this.
Beautiful. And if you want to experience more of my work, you can go to SusieBeiler.com or CreationTemple.com, and that's where you're really going to get the sustained depths of support, because we meet every week. The Master Creators and we meet every week so that you can meet with your soul family, so that you can get the deep support you need for your spiritual journey, get the DNA activations, get the heart downloads, get the power activations, everything that you need for your spiritual journey. That's what we're doing in the Creation Temple every week.
Beautiful.
Video meetings online, so you get to see your soul family and connect. It's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to end with this money blessing that Max wrote. That's really, I'm just going to invite you to kind of drop into a deep space with your belly breathing so you can really receive this. Here and now, I bless and imbue all currencies, all mediums of exchange, and all energies connected to these in all existence with the highest and best, truest and purest, greatest and grandest, light and love. I assist Source and many, many beings with this aligned intention. The great radiance of this energy dissolves all lower vibrations in its field. It dissolves the fetters that bind souls. It transmutes dense energies, allowing Gaia to shine even brighter. Any engagement of any action, any thought, any feeling, or any resonance with any money now reminds each of the absolute truth of who and what they are as souls of infinite light, infinite love, infinite wisdom, and infinite power. And so it is.
Oh, whew, and so it is. Wow.
See you in the next video. Much love.
Take care, guys. Namaste.